Nearly every load of laundry on Earth runs through one Danish company you've probably never heard of. Their enzymes are inside Tide, Ariel, Persil, and 7th generation. They're also inside your bread, your biofuel, and your yogurt. And their financial margins look more like software than chemistry. This is the margin. Today's company is Novonesis. It was formed in January 2024 from the merger of two century-old Danish companies, Novozymes and Chr and Hansen, into a single biotechnology giant. Roughly 3.7 billion euros in annual revenue, 10,000 employees, and operations spanning more than 30 industries. The interesting question isn't how the merger came together. It's why this company has financial margins almost no industrial company on Earth can match, and what those margins are actually telling us. Industrial enzymes are a roughly $10 billion market in 2026, growing about 6 to 7% a year. It looks fragmented from the outside, but the top 5 players control over half of it. Novonesis is the largest of those 5, with about 18.5% share overall. But the headline number is narrower. In detergent enzymes specifically, Novonesis holds close to 50% of the global market. That single product category is why Procter & Gamble, Unilever and Henkel all need them, even though those 3 companies are arch competitors in the laundry aisle. Here are the 2025 numbers. Adjusted EBITDA margin, 37.1%. Adjusted gross margin, 59.1%. Organic sales growth, 7%. For context, the median company in the S&P 500 runs an EBITDA margin around 22%. The median chemicals company runs closer to 18%. Even the median software company is around 30%. Novonesis is operating at margins that exceed the average software companies, while selling something most people would describe as commodity chemistry. The financials are real. So the question is, what kind of business is this actually? The product Novonesis sells looks like a commodity. The asset that produces the product does not. Every enzyme they sell comes from a specific strain of microbe, usually a bacterium or fungus, that has been selectively bred and genetically tuned over decades. The Novozymes side of the company has a strain library with over 40,000 proprietary microbial strains accumulated since the early 20th century. To replicate that library, a competitor would need to spend roughly a generation doing what Novonesis already did. The strains are the moat. Even if a competitor could match a strain, the customer would not switch easily. When Procter & Gamble decides which enzyme goes into Tide, they don't just buy a chemical. They build the entire detergent formulation around that enzyme's performance profile. Then they take it through regulatory approval in every market they sell in. Then they validate the supply chain. The whole qualification cycle can take 3 to 5 years and cost tens of millions of dollars per product. Once it's done, the formulation is locked. Switching suppliers means redoing all of it. Every major detergent, every cheese culture, every probiotic, every biofuel enzyme, each one is its own multi-year qualification fortress. That's the second layer of the moat. Here's what makes the long-term story durable. About half of Novonesis's portfolio is explicitly positioned as a bio-based replacement for traditional chemical processes. In detergents, in agriculture, in fuel, in textiles. Enzymes catalyze reactions at lower temperatures, with less energy, fewer hazardous byproducts. Every regulatory push around the world to reduce industrial emissions is structurally favorable for an enzyme supplier with a 40,000 strain library and a half-century head start. The company's Strategy 2030 plan anchors on this exact thesis: organic sales growth of 6 to 8%, EBITDA margin staying above 35%. If the next decade of industrial policy goes the way most of the developed world has indicated it will, Novonesis is positioned to be one of the biggest structural beneficiaries. That's Novonesis, a Danish biotechnology company that owns about half the laundry detergent enzyme market, runs software-grade margins on an industrial product, and is positioned for one of the cleanest decarbonization-driven tailwinds in the global economy. If you want more breakdowns like this, the boring industrials, the foreign giants, the structural moats that aren't in the headlines, subscribe. New videos, Tuesdays and Fridays. See you then.